Who hasn't enjoyed reading the many, many Awake magazines over the years? I noticed now that they don't have their mission statement anymore, but I just wanted to talk about how they had the mission statement, and it was really good. Here it's 1946. You can see how it says maintains integrity to truth, and it talks about comforting mourners and strengthening those disheartened by the failures of a delinquent world, reflecting sure hope for the establishment of a righteous new world. Nothing wrong with that. 64, they add the word generation. So it talks about maintains integrity to truth. It publishes facts. It always says it publishes facts. And it's pledges. And it says, reflecting sure hope for the establishment of a righteous new order in this generation. That's 1964, this generation. 1975. It doesn't say this generation, it says our generation. So it's telling you it's facts, it's giving you truth, bring you the truth, and within our generation. Now, they're saying this right after the failed prophecy of 1975. I'll show you that in a minute. That's in the Proclaimer's book. They admitted on their broadcast about how they failed on that prophecy. So, it says it's still for our generation. And it builds up the confidence in the Creator's promise. They say that our Creator has promised a peaceful and secure new order within our generation of 77. Now it's changed. And here you'll notice this is when they first start talking about the events of 1914. So that's the generation of 1914. The people. And first they said the grown people, the mature people, and they even said the babies. Because time kept going on and there wasn't the new order before the generation that saw the events of 1914. And this is also in the Awake, 1986. So they changed it from the new order to the new system. You can see that. There wasn't one this year in 87. And 88. So the people of 1914 are in their 80s now, and that you'll see they've replaced the new system with the new world. So there's the new world. You'll see here they use, they remove importantly and they use important. So it's important, the Creator's promise. Here's the Creator's promise. The new world is about to replace, because 1914, the people are in their 90s. In 2002, sadly, the generation that saw the events of 1914 were truly dead. Very sad time. So there's no mission statement. So it didn't build confidence in the Creator's promise. They use the Creator's promise, which makes everyone think all those years that Jehovah promises to bring in the new order. And so let's talk about 75. Well, I'll talk about that in the next video. I did want to mention how they admit their disappointment. This is the Proclaimers book, Jehovah's Witnesses Proclaimers book. They admit just their disappointment in the false prophecy. It wasn't disappointment. Every time things like this happened, people completely left. They promised that millions now living would never die. They promised in 1925 that the end would come. There's a lot talked about on these pages. If you can get your Proclaimers book from the library. It wasn't really expectations. They failed. Failed, failed, failed. You can't say Creator's promise, not have it come true, and then say it was just an expectation. And it wasn't just a mistake, it was a failed prophecy.